this is right now. I'm making a little short video to see, just to explain how I grind and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to my abilities and stats. I have 3 level 25 dragons. Arc, ignore that drown, I need to fix that. Anais and the sun. Now, the important thing is put things in strength. That's really fucking important. I know a lot of people put some in vitality and agility. Not my cup of tea. I put just enough quick in there in order to outspeed the highest level opponent. The Anais and the Sod spread I like a little bit more, so I'm gonna get a tincture at some point and change this around. But 2 ambushes are a necessity. Please get them. Eliminate is also a necessity. Scratch is also a necessity. That's pretty much all you need. So I'm gonna just show you guys how this bad boy works. And another thing people are wondering about is where to grind. This changes dramatically and often. And the thing to keep in mind is that the new items are always going to be more flashy, more expensive, and sell faster than older items. So it really depends on what's just come out and stuff like that. Personally, right now, I like the Harpies Roost because I know that the new Hippogriffs and the Dodos still sell pretty well as far as familiars go. And the streaks are 5k a pop, even if you don't sell them on the auction house, which sometimes I do just because I'm, lazy. During festivals, though, I usually go to the arena because the arena has a lot of neutral mobs, and you can get a pretty good drop rate for both currency and chests from there. So, but I'm gonna go to Harpies Roost because of reasons. And the thing is, it's really, really simple. First things first, you want to build up your breath to 26. I would say 25, but since Scratch generates 6 breath every hit, you can't really do that. Another thing that's very important is knowing the information of your team. Know which dragons can one-shot what opponents and when to use 2 scratches and stuff like that. Like, for instance, Arc cannot one hit eliminate Stonewatch Harpies, but Anais can. So, see, an Arc can't eliminate a Dodo, so you want to scratch and then eliminate to maximize breath. Another really good thing to keep in mind is this is a small window. You do not need that much space. So if you reduce the size of your window so you can keep this in like about half screen, you can watch something like a movie or TV show or whatever, Netflix if you have it. I've been watching some documentaries in the cosmos, which I need to catch up on. But yeah, you're looking for a combination of things. You're looking for significant rare drops, as in like, I'm sorry, it's really hard to grind and talk at the same time, at least for me. So I keep on getting distracted, but anyway, I swear I'm better than this usually. So the things that you want to look out for is very, very rare drops, mostly sort of kind of rare drops, and pretty common drops. For Harpies Roost in particular, what I would be looking for would be crate drops. I would be looking for the Twilight Cape, which is very pretty. I think Arc is sporting one right now, actually. And some of the new familiars. these dodos, these blah blah blah. Another thing that you are not so very common drops are things like the streaks. If you get a streak drop, it's a pretty easy 5k at the very least. Although I would suggest why did I do that? I would suggest selling them around the auction house if you have the time and patience. Depending on what you do and all that jazz. Another thing is, just because this may be the most lucrative thing to grind does not mean that you should stay here forever. Part of grinding is that despite what we may desire, we are not robots, which means grinding can get very repetitive and be very easily distracted. Right now I don't really have that problem too much because I've been jumping around different places in order to gain a second set of familiars for an upcoming thing. But it's yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you. A lot of people will say go out and buy a level 19 dragon or level 25 dragon or whatever, because it's so important. But the thing is, no, don't. It's not that hard to raise a dragon from 1 to 25. It really isn't. It's not worth the leveling service. Or if you really are lazy and you want someone to level up for you, I can totally do that, but, that's just me plugging my own stuff. I know that I did... Why did I do that? Sorry. I know that I leveled from 1 to 19 in roughly 6 hours, and that was with a lot of distractions and, taking breaks and stuff like that. So if you're really determined, you could easily get a level 25 team pretty quickly. So, another thing is the ambush stones that you saw me have earlier. Those are very, very, very helpful. You want those. You want them so bad. They're worth how much they are. And I know that they're expensive, and that sucks. But, spend an hour playing Shock Switch, and you got it covered pretty much. And I know that people say to sell on the auction house everything, food and all that jazz, but I never really bothered to sell my food on the auction house, and I'm sure that I could get more money from it, but really, it's a very tedious process, and it's really choosing between getting money fast and getting a little bit of money very slowly. And because I believe in, capital and trading and stuff like that, I want to have money on hand quicker, and I prioritize that a little bit above getting more. So, it really depends on your style of play and what you want and what you don't. Really, there's no wrong way to do this. There are ways that you can maximize your output, yeah, but it's certainly not necessary. Everyone should play their own game to their own desire. If you want to go out and breed fucking magenta, well, I don't know. I could be in Act 5 right now, sorry. If you want to go and breed triple magentas with crackle and stuff like that, then go at it, yo. You be the best triple magenta crackle breeder that there is. Whatever makes you happy. Don't let anyone tell you what this game is supposed to be like, or what you're supposed to want to do. I mean, I didn't choose anything. I chose everything, I probably should say. I'm a giant collector. I did achievements, I collected familiars, I leveled dragons, pretty much everything is what I'm into, except for actually collecting dragons. I never had the problem that a lot of people have about buying a whole bunch of dragons they think are pretty on the auction house. But that might be because I actually do like profits and that such, and I always knew that the dragon market was going to collapse because that's how it's built. But yeah, I feel like, oh hey, a bird, see, pasture. That's nice. Okay, that's like, let's actually check to see what that's like. There's only 2 on auction house right now. One of them's for 200k, one of them's for 400 gems. So yeah, you could throw that up for 100k. You're probably not going to get it, even though it's dramatically lower than the lowest one on there. But you know, something is only worth whatever people are willing to pay for it as well. So you're probably better off finding someone on the forums, the item sales, who are trying to complete their bestiary and trade for something like that, or sell it to them directly. But yeah, that is pretty much all that you really need to know. You can get a lot of stuff just by doing that. You can get a lot of stuff by grinding. Like, all of the doubles that you see are things that I've gotten probably in the last few days because I've been trying to get a double of all of my stuff. And I have not been trying as hard as I could be. So, grinding is easy, really, if you know what you're doing. And that hooded dodo is actually free, so... Sorry, I'm just thinking about what I need from the Harpies roost still. But, yeah, that's all. I hope this was helpful. I don't really think that it was, but, eh.